show is called Is It Wrong Podcast with Rey Parra.
Hey guys, welcome back to Is It Wrong Podcast with your host, me, Rey Parra. Today, I have a guy that I've been listening to for years and just mind-blowing vocalist. He's a Norwegian singer from the band Conception, formerly from Kamelot. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Roy Kahn. How you doing, Roy?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Glad I finally got you on here.
Yeah, it was a bumpy road to get here, huh?
You know what's funny is, remember last time we were supposed to do this?
Yeah.
I had so many people on. Everybody's like, yeah, and then we ended up couldn't. It was just a time issue thing, but it worked out. It worked out great, man. It's a good thing. We had a lot of fun either way. Yeah, I was able to get Martin Simmons, who's actually a good friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah. And we cut
cool.
up. We talked. Yeah, we had a good time, man. We had a good time. So, Roy, how you doing, man? Good to have you on the podcast, brother.
I'm doing great. Been quite busy this year, and we'll be a lot more busy next year, which is good because still doing Conception, both electric and acoustic.
Yeah,
we just did a couple of acoustic shows, one in Norway and one in Athens. And also a couple of electric shows, and then I got some gigs in Japan in November.
Wow!
And lots of stuff happening next year. What's that?
I say you need a backup singer.
I'm hooked up for that one.
Yeah, I know you are, man. You've had some great vocalists with you, man. Great. But we'll talk about that later. Anyways,
Yep.
So, Roy, as I was doing, I've listened to you for years. I've been a big fan of yours for years, and I love all your music and stuff. And I love the Kamelot stuff, and I love the Conception stuff. And initially, I had only heard you with Kamelot, and listening to all that stuff. I was like, wow, that's just some great stuff. And then nowadays the Conception stuff and just some of the stuff you're doing with your voice, your singing, your theatrics, and all that are just great, man. You're not one of those kind of guys that's bouncing all over the stage and doing all this kind of stuff. You're very theatrical on what you do, and you're very you draw people in just with your voice, and really standing in a very small area, and that's really impressive. It was my understanding you took some operatic singing back in the day, right?
Yeah, I had a year at a musical school, and after that, I got hooked up with a very famous opera diva here in Norway that wanted to teach me some stuff to get me into the opera school here in Oslo.
Oh, nice.
But at some point there, I joined Conception, and she heard immediately that I was using my voice, not operatically. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And she just had me decide, whether I wanted to go classical or with this rock thing, and the rest is history.
Yeah, so you've combined.
But I mean, those were a couple of really good years of learning the basics and getting some really nice warm-up exercises, and it gave me a more holistic view on what it actually means to be a singer, and how to get the most out of it.
Oh yeah, man.
Some of it is definitely transferable to rock music.
Sure.
What I was expecting.
Sure. Yeah, until you told me you had a female coach coaching you on the opera stuff, I was going to ask you if this was your coach here. No.
No, I wish.
Hey, so also, it's my understanding that you were discovered while singing in a shower at a school or something, when people first realized where you could sing.
Yeah, well, to the extent you can, say I was discovered, but there was this guy that heard me singing in the shower. That I was singing "Alone" by Heart.
Oh
I
wow!
love that song when it came out, and the wardrobes and the showers at our school had these really tall ceilings and concrete walls, and the reverb in there was fantastic. So I just couldn't help myself but sing full force every time I was there. And a guy heard me from the hallway and asked me if I wanted to join in in a band of his a friend of his or cousin or something.
Right, right.
Yeah, that was the first.
Yeah, there's some great reverbs in them big rooms, isn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think I got a
Nothing like
picture.
natural reverb.
Yeah, man. I think I got a picture when you were discovered. Is this you right here?
Could have been a little bit too early. It
Yeah,
was like
right.
yeah, senior high, something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm going to jump ahead here because everybody kind of knows, the history of Roy Kahn and stuff, but I want to ask you a few things as a vocalist. I'm a vocalist as well. Do
Mhm.
you have any kind of routine you do before you sing, or you just do enough shows that you don't really need to warm up or?
Oh no! I always warm up, and of course that's more important the older you get. At least that goes for me. So I always, I mean, I do the regular stuff, up and down exercises, chromatic
Yeah.
scale. Um, but I always start with, I really like to be warm in my whole body, so I like to either jog or do
Oh,
push-ups, stuff like that. Just running on the spot, just to get really pumped and warm. And then I prefer to play the clarinet.
really?
I got an old clarinet, yeah, an old like foghorn that I inherited from my grandpa. I like to sit
Wow.
and just, I mean, the tube thing into the
Yeah, man.
water. See a lot of
Yeah.
shows do that, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
basically the same thing. It
Ah,
creates
okay.
this pressure, in the room where your vocal cords are.
Right. Right.
It's just more fun, making some noise while you do that. Some noise that some notes, tones.
Making a joyful noise, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not sure everybody around me feels the same way, but
Right.
more
Right.
fun for
Hey,
me.
but it works, right?
Yeah, it
Works.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works great.
Yeah. My buddy Eli, he's the new lead vocalist for the band Saint, and he has
Mhm.
that little bottle thing where where you blow in it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I
yeah.
need to get one. I just do these exercises with this one guy, like you said, all the chromatical scales and up and down and
Hmm.
breathing and the lip rolls and all that, and it really helps me. But I like to
Yeah.
know what other people do because there's some people. I was talking with Todd LaTorre, and he said he doesn't even warm up. He said they
Oh,
do
okay.
so many shows. He says he
Hmm.
walks on stage and he's ready to go. I'm like, how
Oh,
does that
wow.
even happen? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's impressive, man.
that's pretty
Also,
impressive.
yeah, that is impressive. I know I couldn't do it.
Another thing that I do, which is extremely important to me, is I drink a lot of water during the day. I don't eat right before. I don't eat the last, 2, 3 hours before I go on, and I
hmm
probably drink like almost a gallon of water, the last 4 hours before I go on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
drink
so
a
so
lot of
my
water.
whole
I wouldn't
my whole
say a gallon.
system is like saturated with water from the inside,
Yeah.
and that has proven to be pretty helpful.
Yeah. 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 I find recently, we just recently did a show and it seemed like the last 3 or 4 songs, I was just reaching for air and
Mhm.
reaching for moisture in my throat, even though I was pounding the water. Maybe I need to drink more water prior, because I'm like you. The day of a show, I don't eat until after the show. I might have breakfast,
Mhm.
but then I won't eat till after the show. It's kind of a
Yeah.
weird thing, but I don't know. Some
But
people's
that's
most,
mainly to have like maximum air capacity. If I fill myself up.
yeah,
It's but and I also try to not drink a lot of water like right before the last hour. I don't really drink because I mean it fills you up, right?
right,
So
right.
there's less room for air.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to tell everybody, "I'll be back. I got to go pee."
Oh
If
yeah,
you're
that
on
happens.
stage, right? Oh,
That
I couldn't.
happens. That
Oh
happens.
man, while you're on stage.
No, well, a couple of times, yeah. But
Oh my gosh.
I need to remember to pee, before I go on because
Yeah.
uh, when you drink that much, it's got to come out.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Hey, I just want to touch a little bit on the whole Camelot thing and you leaving them. I heard a
Uh-huh.
couple things that you got ill and you had to leave, and then I heard that you became a Christian and you had to leave, and you
Mhm.
know, I'm not 100% sure on what happened. So if you don't mind, would you share with us, what actually transpired there?
Yeah, complicated story. Because there were so many things, but you know,
Mhm.
coming from a place where I was really not a Christian, uh, at least nothing more than an agnostic at that point.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you know, the it was like the spiritual world was bubbling around me, in connection with me burning out, neglecting my family, and you
Mm.
know, really not living my life right in connection with you know, to do my job.
Right.
I really felt that, you know, being a rock star and you know, establishing a family and with everything that comes with that, you know, was tearing me apart. Like
Mm.
these two different
Force.
characters were so different that it was hard for me to cope with life.
Wow.
And of course, on top of that, you know, the loads of work. We were touring all over the place, and productions, and in, you know, promotion. So much work. I just felt guilty for not being home when I was home,
Mm.
and I quit. And in connection with this, there were a lot of, you know, what I would call spiritual um, happenings. Let's put it that way. That
Yeah.
you know, and there was stuff that was happening that I really could not explain any other way than something or something out there trying to reach out to me and you know, give me a give me a hand, you know, to just get through this time of trouble
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It's
turmoil.
funny. It's funny how the Lord will draw you into something, and you know the word says that he's never going to put anything before you that you can't handle, and I believe that's in everything you do, in your career,
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
struggles you may face in a family and all that, and you
Hmm.
did the right. I did the same thing. We were in Europe one year, and I was backstage, and I was missing my wife and missing my kids, and I said, Lord, what am I going to do here? I'm missing my wife and my kids, and I clearly heard him say, me, then your family, and then your ministry, and I had
Hmm.
it all wrong. I had it all wrong, you know,
Hmm.
and so I walked out on stage, I think it was in Switzerland, and
Hmm.
I announced to the crowd and to my band at the same time that that would be my last tour. And my band was like, "What you talking about, Willis?" You know, they were freaking out. They couldn't believe it. But I knew I had to do it that way because if I didn't, they would have talked me out of it. You know what I mean? So that's something I didn't want to backtrack on that, you know, but
How
and
long ago was that?
that was in 97, I believe.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, 97. And then now I'm doing it again. My kids are all grown up. I
Hmm.
got with my original band, Sacred Warrior, and we're touring again.
Hmm.
We're trying to write. You know, it's a little difficult now. But on top of that, I got together with the band Worldview. That's that song I sent you.
Hmm.
And we Dino Elefante and George Ochoa, they wrote the whole album and brought me in, and I just came in and threw my vocals down and changed a few things here and there, a few lines, a few words, but it was all written, so it was really easy for me, you know, and it was right in my range.
Hmm.
But that seems to be doing good. So with that band, we're writing, and we're not doing a lot of shows. But Sacred Warrior, we're not really writing, and we're doing a lot of shows.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but my
Uh,
wife gets to go with us now, and I enjoy it. You know,
yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Where were you situated again? Like where you live? Where you at right now?
Like right now, I'm in Florida, in the United States, in Florida,
Oh, yeah.
and where Sacred Warrior started was in Illinois, in Chicago. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
you're familiar with Chicago. It's a little city, you know. No,
Yep.
it's a big city.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah. Hey, but I was also going to ask you. You've had, let me see, Amanda Somerville. You had Elizabeth. That's your wife, right?
Yeah.
And she sang with you.
Yeah. She did.
How
She's
was
on
that?
the DVD on the One Cold Winter's Night. She also sings
Yeah.
on in the choir on the Black Halo.
Yeah, man. How was that? That had to be cool, right?
Yeah. I mean, both my wife and Thomas's wife were on those on that album and on the DVD. And no, that was a they really made a great addition to the whole thing, you know.
Oh, of course, man. Of course. I remember I'm gonna play this little clip. One of my all-time favorite live clips of you that I haven't gone to see you actually live. was this production. Let me play that. Who is that guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Roy,
Roy, how 20 years ago?
Yeah, man.
Like
When you go,
19 years.
yeah, when you watch clips like that, do you remember? Does it bring you back to that place? And you're just like, man, that was so cool.
Oh, that DVD it was extremely stressful because it was happening in Norway, right? And so a lot of the setup and the preparations were up to me.
Really?
Since I live here, I mean, the Patrick was taking care of all the camera stuff and the production as such, but I mean the filming, but there was a lot of stuff that props needed to be rented, costumes and things needed to be set up the right way, and since I was in Norway and I live in Norway, that there was quite a bit of work.
Wow, yeah.
A funny story, like when everything was done, the band has already the other guys had left because they were going back to Florida right the next morning.
Oh yeah.
So and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and me and my wife came from the backstage, and everything was done, we thought. And then the production manager at Rockefeller, the venue where we played, came up to me and said, well, excuse me, sir, but who's going to tear down the stage? And I'm like,
oh wow.
Sent everybody home, right?
Oh man.
He's like, somebody's got to tear down the stage. And I said, there's nobody left. They all left.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you're here.
So you and Elizabeth tore it all down?
So me and Elizabeth had to spend an hour tearing the whole like the stage elements, the risers.
Oh my gosh, bro.
While people were still there at Rockefeller, the crew was sitting there, drinking and having a big
of course
watching the singer having to do an extra hour of work.
Oh my gosh, you're getting all wore out. I can't even imagine that. It's like, why?
Well,
they should have stopped and at least helped you guys,
Well, the thing is, I was trying to save money, I didn't have enough stage hands and people to take stuff out and tear stuff down till the very end. So I just had to eat that one. But
dang it, man.
Fun memory.
Yeah. Hey, I want to talk about the video. Roll the Fire. Where was that filmed? That is such a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that filmed at?
You're talking about the new one or
the new one? Yeah,
the new one. Yeah. Well, actually, it was filmed in 3 different locations. It was filmed in Tor did his stuff in Sweden in a like a I'm not even sure what it's called. Like they take out big blocks of granite and like big blocks of stone.
Yeah.
And I did my same thing with the other guys. They made their video in where they live in what do you call that place where you get like stone and sand and
quarries? A quarry.
Oh yeah, quarries. Yeah. So they did that there, and I went to a old fortress from the war that the Germans built here in Norway. And there were a lot of like cool locations at this place where I could
that is cool.
My shots. Yeah. And then we just put it all together and mixed it with some CGI and yeah.
Do you have a big part in the production end of it?
Yeah, I mean, we always have a big say in videos.
Mm-hmm.
The ideas mainly come from us. Like where do we want to go with this? What's it going to be about? And if there is a story, not that there is with Roll the Fire, but yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, and it takes a long time to. How many takes did it take you to film that?
Oh, quite a few. I
Yeah,
mean,
I bet.
you know, like with photography, you can take like 500 photos, maybe end it with 3 really good shots. But that's all, you know,
Mhm.
that's why you take a lot of, you know, shots, so you can have those 3 really really good ones.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. No,
And
that's
take
really
film.
cool. That's really cool. I, you know, as I like I said, I'm a big fan of yours. As I watch you, I love the little theatrics. The you know, I try doing some. I'm a big guy. I don't know if you know that or not, but so I try to do that. I don't. I make it a point not to try to run around the stage because I don't want to trip or something else. So I try to do a
Mhm,
lot of theatrics, you know. But
mhm,
I
mhm.
love watching, you know, how intense you are with all your stuff. That's actually really cool.
It's really not, you know, very conscious what I do on stage. The you know the state that I want to be in when I'm on stage is like I really don't want to think. I just want to be. You know, I just want to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
my song. You know,
yeah,
so I just try to zone out and just be the song. And in that sense, I don't really think while I'm singing. It, you know, what happens happens. But you
yeah,
know, I do certain movements, and sometimes it looks silly, sometimes it looks cool. But you know,
yeah,
but I just go with the flow. You know, like
yeah,
that's always been my thing when it comes to
yeah,
performance.
yeah. It's like you said, you try to be the song, and that's me. I try to.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
just go with what I feel. I don't. I'm not thinking, all right, I'm going to do this. I just go with what I feel, and it's funny you say that. Sometimes it looks funny, and sometimes it. My wife is my best critique. She'll say, "Babe, you know, you did this, you did that, and you walked from here, and you almost tripped, and it looked funny." And I'm like, I'm not even
Uh-huh.
thinking about that. I'm just doing it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's funny. So like I want to play a little clip for you. This is not really my church, but I like to feel it. Like, you know, these guys right here are feeling it in church.
Only God can do. Only God can do. Only God can do. Only God can do.
You know who that is, right? And then you just got to feel it, you know?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
I
think that
was,
goes with a lot of, you know, different kinds of art. You know, like
oh, yeah.
just you know, just zone out and or get into the zone and just do whatever, you know, what it feels like.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was watching this video clip where you were on stage and you were singing. You had a whole crowd, a whole orchestra, and everybody was singing your parts with you. You almost couldn't even hear you,
Mm-hmm.
but it seemed like you were so in the zone it didn't even matter because they weren't
Mm-hmm.
really locking in with you. Did that disturb you at all, or were you just feeding on that energy?
Oh, that's awesome when the crowd knows the words
Yeah,
and they sing along. That's magical, you know.
yeah.
But and it doesn't disturb me. That's it's the only thing that could disturb is like when people start clapping and they don't clap in time. You know, that might
Oh,
mess you know things up a little bit.
yeah,
But
yeah,
normally there's a drummer. There's you know some sort of beat in the music that keeps the pace. So uh, no, I mean playing live is all about interaction with the audience. Like
absolutely.
the show is made you know, right in the middle between you know the audience and the band.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, and it. I guess the only reason I was asking that is because I know you wear in ears, right, live, so you can hear yourself. I
Yeah.
didn't know if the crowd was so loud that you couldn't hear the band, maybe. That's why I thought maybe that
Ah,
would
okay, okay,
bother you,
okay.
but for
No,
me,
no.
I'm like you. When they're singing your lyrics, man, you're eating it. You're thriving on that, you know? But it
Mm-hmm.
was more of a
Yeah.
volume thing, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes I just drop the mic, you know, and just let them sing. It's just so
Yeah.
wonderful to hear them sing the song, you know, and
Yeah, yeah.
just you know
Yeah,
stop
that's
singing
cool.
myself.
That's cool. All right, so here's a question for you. Why cut the hair off? You had, like, the coolest hair, man.
This, you know, long. Like I always say, my hair was a long, bad hair day, and
Oh,
yeah, yeah, no, I've done so much shit to my hair, and I was just so ready to get rid of it.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it looks cool. It looks cool, but I like the old hairdo. You know, do I have
Yeah,
one?
yeah. No, I'm sure a lot of people do. But
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was. No, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I always wondered why you cut the hair off. It's like, did you lose your singing powers or no? That's not true. That didn't happen. Let's see here. Oh, bro, let's talk about this song a little bit. Hang on.
She's doing quite alright without me. And pride is so lonely, way to die. Like the city lights are cold and streets are empty.
I've probably played that song 30 times this last week.
Mm-hmm.
I love that
Great
song.
song. I love it. I love it. I love
You want to touch a little bit on it, what it's about and all that?
Yeah, well, it's quite personal. But it's about this relationship that has gone sour, and this other person is doing quite all right. But I mean, there's always, my songs always have at least a couple of layers, right? There's the
Yeah, of
story
course.
that you can read blatantly in the lyrics, and then there's like a second layer, which is the overall metaphor that is actually portraying what it is that I am singing
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And I don't always talk about what it is about, but this
Right.
is one of those songs.
Yeah, and because a lot of people are going to make their own idea out of listening to it. Okay, I wonder if he means this or that, or if it's personal or not. So that kind of a magical thing.
Which I like. I love it when people have a different interpretation of a song or idea or lyric that than what was actually the intention from my side. And I've actually, sometimes I explain the lyrics to people, and they're like, "Oh, that, that was quite disappointing because I thought it was about this." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry if I ruined your whole, idea about, what this song was about, but you asked."
Yeah, because they've been singing it forever, thinking it's one thing and it's something completely different.
Yeah, exactly. And I just love the idea of people listening to a song, hearing the lyrics, hearing the music, and just making it make some sort of meaning in their lives. And if that's good, if that's helping you, if that is something that makes you happy, if that's something that is helping you to get over some issues in your life, whatever, I'm happy. But of course, when I write a lyric, lyrics mean a lot to me. They mean really a lot to me. And I very seldomly write lyrics that I don't like really feel somehow. They what I sing about has to mean something to me personally, in to some degree, at some level. Whether it is, I mean, it could be about politics, it could be about, faith or religion or belief. It could be about, specific love is, of course, an ever returning theme. But it has to mean something to me. Otherwise, I can't perform the song, in studio or live the way I think music should be performed. It really should mean something to you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to actually portray with or perform with any
Conviction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man. Yeah. Yeah, and
I
then
mean,
that's
there are people that are really good at that, like just taking on that role and but that's not me. Not, at least not with my own music. I can do that with other people's music. So
sure.
I do have but yeah, that's important.
Yeah, no, it really is because if you're writing stuff and you're performing it with conviction because you're feeling what you wrote, it's going to translate to the audience like that. Whereas if you just say in words, that translates to the audience as well. You know, you got to be able to really feel what you're singing. You know, there's a lot of bands that sing, and I've talked to a lot of people. Well, we don't really have messages; we're just performers, and that's fine. You know, but I'm like you. I like to sing with conviction. I like to have when I sing up there, I want to be able to feel it because your performance is going to be better and the crowd's going to receive it better. Yeah, I think that's great. So, because we were talking about your faith in that, does that have? Excuse me. Does that have any part in your writing when you're writing now? Do you always take things into account of like, how can I get across with my faith a little bit through a lyric here or a lyric there, or is it everyday songs and stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that it would have been awkward if it didn't, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, the first song that I did that was, you know, clearly linked to my faith was For All, the song that I released right before we did the first Conception EP when we came back.
Yeah.
But there are also songs, you know, on the album that touches on the theme, like Where Were the Broken, Grand Again. I mean, there are several songs where you know, this is you know, I would say quite obvious in the lyrics, but you know, I don't like to be too obvious. I don't like to be too blatant. But I would say if you're a Christian, you would, you know, easily find traces of my faith, you know, in my lyrics. In the songs,
yeah. The spirit comes out. You know, yeah, that's great, man. How do you feel like, you know, with all the AI stuff coming out and all that? Do you think that's going to really impact our industry now? Because I saw this thing probably middle of last year where this band came out and they put out a badass song, man, and a great video and everything. And this record label signed them, and then like 3 days later, they came back on and they reposted. We got rid of this band. It wasn't them performing; it was AI written. What they somehow did is took their pictures or whatever, so it was them like they were performing, and the whole thing was done by AI. And it's like, why even go there, man? But I think that's going to start taking a lot of place because it's also going to start taking place of a lot of things in our country, in our world, you know.
I was reading this book by what's his name again? Yuval Noah Harari, that is Israeli guy. He wrote the Sapiens.
Oh yeah.
But it's sort of like, you know, talking about the history of man and, you know, really wide range of themes in it. But I remember he was talking about the future and AI and everything. And I was thinking, oh, I'm so glad I'm a musician, you know. Then I turned the page and then he started explaining how this guy somewhere had made a program that could make Baroque music better than Bach. And it had been tested on audiences and directors and classical music critics, and they chose the AI music over Bach himself.
Wow!
And I thought, you know, okay, this is just the beginning. You know, this is definitely. But at the same time, you know, at least for now, I really think that the it's going to take a long time until we have somebody being able to perform the music, at least, you know. So at least being able to do these songs live, that is an asset that I don't think AI will be able to take over in a long time, until people are so accustomed to, you know, AI and robots and everything that, you know, seeing a robot on stage actually, you know, gives you something. But just the idea that, you know, that whatever you're seeing or listening to is not made by a human being, it's not a human being. I think that alone is something that, but, you know, maybe kids are definitely changing, you know. My kids grew up with a phone in their hand, not literally, but, you know, at a certain point, you know, when they, as youngsters, they had their smartphones, and that's the life they know. That, I mean, life without a smartphone and internet, they, you know,
They can't survive.
they can't even fathom, you know, what that is like. Um,
Yeah.
so at least that, you know, performing live, I think is a thing that is going to be still, there's going to be a demand for that for a long time. And I also think that, at least for right now, I think that the only people that are really scared are people, you know, like people making generic pop music, people that, you know, write the type of music that you know that you heard before, but it's just a
Mhm.
slightly different twist to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have been making quite a bit of money, you know, doing that, and I think
Yeah.
those guys are definitely in for a big change, you know.
Oh yeah. I remember the old school days. You know, you walk into a studio, you got a budget, you got timelines, you
Hmm.
know, and now you go in and you got pre-programmed drums, you got
Hmm.
all the tones and everything. It's changed so much. And it has
Yeah,
helped in that sense, you know, but
yeah,
to
yeah.
totally let AI take over would be, it just doesn't make sense, you know, but it's inevitable. It's going to happen eventually. But like you said, they're not going to be able to perform live like you and I do, you know. Another thing I want to tell you, I just love, and there's a question why you do. I like how you announce all the songs all the time. This song is called Elizabeth or whatever, you know. I love it. Was that just something that you just started doing, or I know you do it a lot, and I love that. It's so cool. Nobody else does that. Some artists will say a little bit here and there, but I
Hmm.
noticed you do it. It's pretty cool.
I never plan what I'm gonna, you know, my talking between songs is like
Yeah,
totally uh unscripted, unplanned, you know. I never
yeah,
plan. I know I should, at least in some places, you know, and sometimes I should plan a little bit better, you know, what I'm gonna say between the songs. But I also really like just going in there raw and just, you know,
yeah.
do and say whatever, you know, feels like the right thing for the moment, you know.
Sure,
So
sure.
sometimes I say, and sometimes I talk too long. The other guys in the band will come over and nudge me in the side and say, "Hey, come on, let's do another
Yeah.
song." But
They're like, come on, Roy, let's go, let's go.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man. Nah, dude, you're gonna have to do me a favor when we're done. Would you mind doing a little spot for me saying, um, um, this show is called Is It Wrong Podcast with Ray Parra.
Yeah, sure,
If you
sure,
would do that for me later, that'd be pretty
absolutely.
cool. Because you know the little intro on here, the little singing part, that's actually Todd LaTorre from Queensryche that
Ah,
does that singing. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah. And
awesome,
yeah, yeah. Him and I talked for like 3 hours when I interviewed him, and we become buddies. You know, it's pretty cool.
cool,
It's
cool. Yeah,
pretty.
he's a really nice guy. I met him when Quizrock played in Oslo. I went
Oh,
up
okay,
there
yeah,
to Casey and some other guys from Firewind that I hadn't seen in a long
yeah.
time.
Casey was from Camelot. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, no, he's super nice. Really talented singer. It's like, you know, when I was standing there and closing my eyes, it was like, you know, it was like Queensryche back in the day. You know,
yeah,
really
man.
really cool. Great
Yeah,
vocalist.
he can hold his own, man, for sure, for
Very
sure.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. So, let me see here. I kind of went off task here, but it doesn't really matter. Outside, so I know the type of music you like to perform and stuff. What kind of bands do you listen to? Who are like some of your favorite bands?
Poor. Um, there's a couple of Norwegian bands that I like a lot. Lepers. You heard about them?
Lepers.
Lepers.
I may have.
Awesome prog band. I mean, the singer and the drummer. I mean, the whole band. They're really great. Love them.
Wow.
And the you know the craftsmanship, the songs, the way they write
Hmm.
the songs are awesome. You check them out. Quite
I'm gonna have to.
progressive, tends to be almost poppy sometimes, but can also be extremely aggressive. They're doing pretty well these days.
Yeah, yeah,
You might have heard about them, but
yeah,
that's one band. High as a Kite. It's a
I never heard
Norwegian
that one yet.
pop band. Is high
Oh,
as a kite in one word.
yeah, I'm gonna have to
They
look
got
them up.
some really cool songs. They're playing a big arena here in it's tonight actually. It's
Oh,
tonight.
really?
Yeah. So I
Oh,
wanted to go, but you know, I got
you
this.
can't get tickets, right? And I heard you're an
Well,
Eminem. I saw somewhere that you're an Eminem fan too, aren't you?
yeah, I like Eminem a lot.
Dude, I love his phrasing,
Uh,
his singing. I'm like,
it's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
It's really awesome.
And the way
But
he
there's
came up, you know. I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, but there's a lot. I mean, there's so much good music, so many good musicians, so many good singers. Nina Simone, I like her a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I mean, and a lot of like like the obvious stuff in my genre, I'm a, like a guilty pleasure band is ABBA.
Really?
I love ABBA.
Oh, that's great, man. I did have my question for you, your guilty pleasure on here.
Yeah.
That's great. I would have never guessed.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's that's one of them. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, and then recently you did that song with Martin Simmons, that single that he did.
Yeah.
Uh that was great too. Just he actually called me, he said, "Hey, guess who I got singing on my new single?" I'm like, "Who?" He said, "Roy." He didn't even have to say your last name because he knows I'm a huge Camelot fan. He goes, "Roy." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no, you don't." And then it turned out that he does,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I heard the song and I was like, "Oh man, that's great, man." And then
Oh,
he's got someone else on there that you know for his next song coming up that I'll tell you afterwards. You probably already know who it is, but
okay.
I was just like, "Wow, man." He's
Mhm.
that's really cool, you know. And I think you met him through CJ, right? CJ Grimart.
Sorry, come again?
You met him through CJ.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he lives like half an hour from here.
Oh wow.
So he called me and he had a request, so Martin went via Kalle, and I went down to the studio and recorded there, and great people.
That's awesome, man.
Uh, yeah,
If you don't mind if me asking, how old are you?
55.
Oh, you're still young, man. So you see yourself, I'm 62. So, but do you see yourself continuing for many, 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 many more years?
It's
Kind of hard to say.
it's not like I have a choice. It's
Yeah.
really this whole thing is a big passion to me. It was kind of hard holding back, for all these years. In the beginning, not because when I quit Camelot, I really I couldn't even watch Idol on TV. It's like anything music at all was really not making me feel good at all. But then it gradually came back to me, and Tora and the guys from Conception came with some demo songs, and then just the ball
Yeah.
just started rolling. But it is really a huge passion of mine, performing and making music and writing lyrics.
Mhm.
It's something that I love doing. Not necessarily like all the time. Like I'm really not a like 9 to 5 type musician that get up in the morning and work hard
Yeah.
during the day. But when I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool. So what other kind of traits do you have besides being a singer? You ever do any construction or sales or anything, or you pretty much always lived on music?
Well, these days I do, but
Right.
along the way, up to the point where I was, really making it with Camelot, I did all kinds of things.
Hmm.
Teaching, I've had like probably 40 different kinds of jobs.
40.
40, yeah, construction, like carpenting, working at a glass factory, like you know
Wow.
I was at a oven where they made the glass not unbreakable, but what do you call that?
Shatterproof.
They temper the glass.
Temper glass. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was I received all the glass when it came out of the oven.
Hmm.
Did that for a couple of years. But the last 30 years it's mainly been music. I've been during the pandemic, I taught English and music at this school, Christian school here in my hometown.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I still have to have a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
I can't live on
Cool.
music myself, but I do all right. I'm a construction manager for a company, so
Okay.
I'm not having to do all the physical work, but
Cool.
craziest fan moment. What's the craziest fan moment you ever had that you can think of? I'm sure you had thousands.
Craziest fan moment. No. Well, I mean, it always touches you when people have saved up for like a year or two, to follow you on a whole
Oh
tour,
yeah.
some stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
That's devotion. And of course, I've had presents, that are very impressive, like a little music box playing for all. That's the song, or a painting of a cover or something like that, or a drawing of me or the band.
Yeah.
Um, I can't really recall any specific
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure there have been, but I just
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Just can't.
But even all those are cool fan moments,
Oh yeah, yeah.
You ever get anybody run up to you at a store or a gas station or something, say, "Hey, aren't you Roy Kahn?" You ever
Oh,
get any of that?
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Roy, so
The la-
what
the la- the, la- the last one was was when I came back from Sao Paulo. I was on the train, and I couldn't get a ticket. I couldn't buy. I have this app on my phone, right? I couldn't get a ticket because okay, my card was stolen right
Oh
before I
man.
left, or there was some scam thing,
Oh yeah.
and they blocked my card right before I left for Sao Paulo or Brazil. So I didn't have time to get a new one before I left. So when I came back, I was gonna buy this train ticket with the app, but of course the card that was linked to the app, was a card that was blocked.
Oh
So I
my
was sitting
gosh.
there and I didn't have, and then the conductor was giving me a really hard time, and then I was sitting there sweating, trying to think of a way to solve this, trying to have my wife, buy a ticket and send it to me, and he said, that doesn't work like that.
Oh wow.
Uh, uh, and then he said, can I ask you something? Do I know you? Like, do you know me? What do you mean? Yeah, like, do I know you from somewhere? You seem familiar. And the way it was like, he had his smirky smile.
He knew.
And then I understood that, and he had like a long beard and rings and tattoos and everything. I said,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's me, Roy from Camelot and Conception. And yeah, that's what I thought. And they said, hey, you're good.
See, that's a cool fan moment right there. That's great, man.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah, see that, dude. You know what? It's funny, man. Things like that happen all the time. But
Yeah.
that right there, that's a great fan moment for sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like one time that I remember vividly was this guy from South Korea that met me on the street in Oslo, and I had just bought like a new bed, like a continental bed, and came out of the store, and he's like, "You're not Roy, you're not Roy Kahn, are you?"
Oh wow.
Yeah, I wanted to say no, but yeah, I told him, yeah, it's me, and we had a long talk, sat down, and it was cool.
That's great, man.
Meet people from like the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Like that.
I love how nowadays, back in the day, you couldn't dream of meeting one of your big stars, music, like you, for example. You couldn't even dream of that. And now it's made so easy in the industry that you can go to shows, you can go to to NAM, you know, and meet artists and stuff, which I
Yeah.
think is great because if people have that connection with you, it just seems to be more personable, you know.
Mhm.
And when
Mhm.
you're now, when I want to be watching Camelot videos, I'm gonna say, I talked to that dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
cool, you know, it's
yeah.
cool. I love it. I love it. So hey, I got one more thing for you. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Do you want people to know you for your voice or for who you are as a man, or what kind of legacy you want to leave behind you when you're all done, when it's all said and done?
Uh-huh. Well, well, I guess everybody wants to be remembered as somebody who, you know, did their best, but you know, my music is not like I'm not doing my music because I'm thinking about my legacy, right? It's just that, you know, I think like everybody else, I would like to be remembered as somebody who did their best, you know,
Yeah.
as somebody who actually. Vad med klockan? Ah. Sorry, man. Is it live?
No, we're not live. We're not
No,
live.
we're not live.
I'm recording. I can edit that out. I'm gonna leave it in. Those are fun things, man. It's okay.
The thing is,
If we were live,
I
Roy,
got
if we
food.
were live, I'd have so many people asking questions right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so,
that's
yeah,
how it works. Okay.
yeah,
The
yeah,
thing is, I have some food like halfway done, and
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
my wife wonders what 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 still needs to be done. But
Yeah,
um,
I remember you told me keep it 45 minutes to an hour, so we're right there, you know.
okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Just
But
one thing. Mais, avocado, salad, paprika. That's it.
Så avokadon skal kvar til guacamole? Eller til...
Nej, jeg lager ikke noe guacamole.
Altså, jeg bare tar det i salaten.
Sorry, man.
no, it's okay. I just so you're gonna get a kick out of this. I also at the end of some of my podcasts, I'm gonna do it on this one. I have funny clips at the end of
Okay.
little bloopers. So while you were turning around talking to your wife, I'm going. So that'll be a nice blooper.
Awesome.
Like I said, man, I just like to have. I want to know who Roy is. I don't want to know who Roy the musician is. I want to know you. I mean, you and I would never be friends and hang out, but you know, we're talking. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's
hey,
cool.
you and Thomas Youngblood, you guys still good buddies?
Yeah, I mean, we still talk, but
Yeah.
you know, we own the last 4 or 5 releases, like One Cold Winter's Night, and then the audio with that, and the albums.
Yeah.
So you know that we have to talk once in a while, and
Sure.
and we do, yeah. So you know,
That's awesome.
but it's mainly business.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's cool. I know
We met in Oslo. They were here playing the show last year. Was it 2 years ago? Can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I think it was last year. And then we met, you know, the my family and his family. That was cool. Really nice.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I know you were tight with Thomas. You know, you're probably tight with all them guys. You know, but
Yeah,
anyways,
I mean, I talked to some of them at least, you know. Once in a while.
yeah. But Roy, listen, it was been great having you on here, buddy. Man, this is. I'm not trying to fanboy out on you, but it's great to get to meet you. You know.
Awesome.
And,
Thanks for
we'll
having
stay
me.
in
I mean,
touch.
fun thing to do, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Interview or podcast, you know, the something a little bit out of the ordinary for me when it comes to, like, you know, interviews and PR. So
Yeah.
cool. Really
Yeah,
cool.
and like I said, my podcast, this is what everybody says about mine is that when they watch my podcast, it's like we're just hanging out at my house, just talking.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because
Nice.
I don't want to make it a, you know, hey, you know, I do ask a few things, you know, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
more about having fun and stuff, you know. But
Awesome.
thanks for hanging out here with me. And so guys, you've been watching Roy Kahn from Conception and formerly Camelot. Remember, man, we'd like to keep it true and keep it alive here. Remember to subscribe and like. Sharing is caring, guys. Roy, thank you so much for having you on.